Hello, good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing tonight? Most kitchen tools wear out, but this one actually gets better every time it's used. And this heavy, simple pan has helped families cook for generations. In my home, it is used for meals such as fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, and cornbread. So it represents more than just dinner. It represents time together. Today I will explain why this cast iron skillet is more than just a cooking tool, because it shows traditional craftsmanship, protects cultural foodways, and it connects to my family's strength and history. First, I will explain how the skillet is made and how seasoning works. Then I will discuss its history, its connection to food cultural ways, and finally, I will share what this skillet means to me and my family. This cast iron. Let's begin by looking at the cast iron skillet itself and the science that makes it special. The cast iron skillet is a durable cooking tool made through traditional metal casting and improved through a process called seasoning. So a cast iron skillet is made it's made by melting iron and steel and pouring hot liquid into a metal stand mold. After it cools, the rough pan is clean and finished. Its thick metal holds heat well, and which helps food cook, and it cooks it evenly, and it develops a deep brown, like it turns like the fried chicken dark brown and stuff. Like this is like perfect for that. So seasoning doesn't mean salt and pepper. It means the heating a thin layer of oil in the pan. And in his book, What Einstein Told His Cook Chemistry Professor, Robert Woke, he explains that the heated fat goes through polymerization, which changes the liquid into a hard, smooth, non-stick surface. Each time the skillet is properly used and cared for, the seasoning can become stronger. So when I was a kid and I watched my mom cook in the kitchen, she told me, like, once you're done cooking in your cast iron skillet, you have to put it in the sink, immediately wash it, and once you're done washing it, you have to dry it off, and you have to put a layer of oil in the pan. Even though you cook with oil in the pan, you have to put a thin layer of oil in the pan, and then put it inside the cabinet. So if you ever go to someone who is Black's house and they have a cast iron skillet, mine don't have no oil in it because this one is a brand new pan. So it's not, I haven't treated it yet, but normally if you go inside my kitchen cabinet, you will see that I have oil in the bottom of the bottom of the pan. Now that we have looked at how the cast iron skillet is made and it's seasoned, let's look at the history and the culture inside. History connects to the cultural idea of foodways. Foodways are the recipes, tools, habits, and traditions that show how a group prepares and shares foods. Writing in the Southern folklore cultural historian Jessica Horns explains that foodways connect food with a community's history and identity. Research curator Cynthia Villari of the Smithsonian Center of Folklife and Cultural Heritage also explains that durable cookware can act like a physical archive because it helps preserve older cooking methods, flavors, and memories. The skillet therefore carries both a cultural value, family continually, and a social norm of gathering, sharing, and caring for others through food. After discussing the skillet's cultural history, I want to explain why this particular object feels so personal to me. And for me, this skillet is a living part of my family's story and a reminder of the strength of the woman who cooked before me. My family connects to cast iron cooking to ancestors who prepared food while they were enslaved. This skillet was later cared for and used by my great-great-grandmother and my grandmother to cook soul food. For them, food was not only about survival, it was a way to bring people together, show love, keep family traditions alive. As we continue this tradition today by cooking fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, and collard greens in a cast iron, in the study of maternal culture and family memory, sociologist Melanie Wallendorf explains that objects used through generations become emotional anchors. Edna Lewis speaks about a similar point in taste of country cooking by showing how old recipes and kitchen tools keep earlier generations present. When I lift up this pan, I feel like my family worked through survival and resilience. And as I finish, I take one more look at this skillet and think about everything in its surface can hold. First, I explain the craftsmanship and the chemistry that makes the cast iron durable. Next, I discuss its history, its role in preserving the cultural foodways. And finally, I'll share how this skillet keeps me connected to my own family story. This cast iron skillet is far more than a heavy cooking tool. It's an example of traditional craftsmanship, a keeper of cultural foodways, and a physical link to family resilience. So the next time that you see an old kitchen tool, think about how it is used. So the next time you see an old kitchen tool, think about the hands that have used it, the stories that it carries, how it was used, how it was cared for, and how it was passed down.